So, it's raining like crazy out there right now. So it looks like we're stuck inside for today, guys. And it's also freezing in here, so I'm gonna fire up the old oven, cook up something, and warm up the place. There we go. And now we wait. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love rainy weather. It's always really relaxing. You can just chill for a bit, right? Now, typically I would be going out on a little adventure with you guys, but of course we're stuck inside. So, kind of like chilling, man. You know, got something cooking up in the oven, chill out on this couch. Pretty nice, dude. All right, it's getting toasty in here, guys. So, while my hash browns are cooking in the oven, let's take a look at a couple of questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. So, if you're not following the Instagram account yet, at the Filmmakers Code, we're about to hit 19,000 followers, 20,000 followers in the next couple of months. It's gonna be insane. So let's see what you guys asked me on Instagram. All right, let's start with something simple. What's the best movie you watched in 2024? Well, we've only been in 2024 for like 2 days, so I haven't seen any movies yet. So I'm gonna assume you meant 2023. If you guys know me, I'm a Donnie Yen fan through and through. I love the Ip Man movies. And I also don't really watch a whole lot of movies in general, funnily enough. As much as I love making movies, I don't watch a whole lot. So I'm gonna have to probably give it to John Wick 4. That's a thunderstorm happening. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to John Wick 4. That was an awesome movie. Great end to the series. You got John Wick going out here, punch people in the face. You got Donnie Yen, my man, kicking ass out there. I think you guys have even noticed in some of the action films that I make, I have a very Donnie Yen-esque style of fighting. I do a lot of Wing Chun. I do a lot of, MMA boxing style, make it look like there's just two guys fighting in the street instead of like a perfectly choreographed fight scene. It's just awesome, man. I think I'm gonna give it to John Wick 4. I'm also working on talking really slow and real smooth because I was actually watching last week's video whenever I was editing it, and dude, I know I talk really fast. It also was fairly late at night. I was burning the midnight oil, but I know I talk really fast. But geez, that sounded like I was about to shit my pants, dude. So I'm really forcing myself to talk real smooth, real direct to you guys so you guys can understand what I'm saying. It also gives me a little bit of time to gather my thoughts because when I'm going at light speed, I stutter a lot and I don't have time to think about what I'm saying. So that's why you see a whole lot of cuts in the middle of these videos sometimes because I get lost because of how fast I'm talking, so I'm really stressing the fact that I'm talking a lot slower here. And speaking of editing, I actually do have to edit last week's video, which you guys have probably already seen at this point, but it's a bit of crossover. I got behind a little bit on work already. Dude, this is not a good start to 2024, but I'm gonna be getting to that in this video. But until then, I'm waiting for these damn hash browns, bro. I'm hungry. Oh, dude, look at that. Extra crispy. Just gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. Let it cool down and let it crisp up. Look at that right there. Let's see what we're working with. Dude, you know that's good. This is actually just my snack right here. I'm actually gonna be making some fried rice at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. All right, I'm about to get into editing right here, but before I do that, any tips on guerrilla style filmmaking? Well, guerrilla style filmmaking is how you're gonna have to do it when you first start out. You're not gonna have permits, you're not gonna have permission to shoot in areas sometimes. You're gonna be working with a small crew, but that's just how it's gotta be. I would say, obviously, don't make too much of a disturbance if you're gonna be stealing shots. If you're going to a public location where there's gonna be a lot of people, try not to make too much of a disturbance. Usually whenever the police come up to you or security comes up to you, they just ask you what you're doing. And most of the time they're really chill about it and they just let you do your thing. The only thing that I absolutely do not recommend you do is to sneak onto private property and or use fake weapons. Don't be stupid, guys. I have had the cops called on me before whenever I was stealing shots and I had fake weapons on set. And even though the cops were really cool, they saw that we were shooting a movie, I still had to put my hands up to make sure that we didn't do anything stupid. Overall, just don't be an idiot and be safe. But obviously before you get out there, you do need to learn cinematography to some degree. And if you're struggling to shoot your next short film, I'm here to help with my mini cinematography course called the Filmmakers Cheat Code. In this mini course, you're going to learn the 7 fundamentals of a cinematic image that every cinematographer should know before they hit the record button. This mini course is the ultimate starting grounds for anybody who wants to get into filmmaking, and by the end of it, you're gonna have the knowledge to shoot your first short film in just 1 week. Check it out in the eye in the top right corner and at the first link in the description below. Boom. Just like that, video is exporting. It's been a couple hours since it's still raining outside and I'm cold again. So let's start cooking up something in the kitchen. Time to make that fried rice. Dude, this is 1 garlic clove. Great way to check if your oil is hot enough. Take a chopstick, a wooden one, and if it bubbles, ready to go. Some garlic and the whites of green onion in there. I didn't shoot the part of me chopping up the green onions. In goes the rice. Keep in mind, that's cold rice right there. For all of you saying, where's your wok at? I have a wok, but I'm only making 1 serving, so I'm not using the wok right now. Now to season this up, I'm gonna be using this Moisei right here. If I didn't have this, I would just use some MSG. And of course, soy sauce. Now I got some leftover chicken, drop it in there. I'm actually gonna let that sit there for a bit because I want to get some of the rice to get all crispy at the bottom. Call that fondue. Pile this into a bowl. Now you may have noticed that we didn't use any eggs in this, but check this out. Put a little bit of water in the pan, and I'm gonna let that water boil away. While it's boiling away, we're gonna crack eggs into a bowl. Beat these eggs up. We want to make sure that the white is very incorporated with that yolk. My lights just flickered. That storm is going down. That, eggs go in. I'm gonna shake the pan. Don't be gentle with this right here. You gotta really agitate that egg. And we gotta get everything to one side like this. Rolling just a little bit. Just to get this side over, right? Here we go. I'm gonna get it all the way to the end. I'm gonna push it up, and then what? There we go. All right, there we go. Bring it to the edge. Drop it on top. Let's take a knife, cut it, split it right down the middle. It's going to fall open. So there we go. Omo rice, kind of. Not my best work, but it is a big plate. Top that with some green onions. And we got omo rice. All right, y'all, let's check it out. Oh, dude, that rice, the garlic, the chicken, man. I'm gonna get to the next question, but let me finish this, please. Now that was delicious. Tips for people with nothing but a phone. All right, I get this question a lot, and I totally get it. A lot of us are just starting out, and the only thing we have to work with is our phones. And that's totally fine. However, you need to understand exactly what this thing is. It's a phone, not a camera. This is the starting point, not the end goal, okay? I say that you should try to get away from the phone cameras as quickly as you can. Make only a couple of films with your phone, and then after you've done those films, you can make the decision on whether or not you want to actually keep going as a filmmaker. I say you should probably do roughly 5 to 10 films with your phone before you can determine whether or not you want to keep going. By that time, you're going to realize how hard it is actually to start making movies, and you'll either give up or invest in your first camera. Too many people keep shooting on their phones and they never invest in their first camera. And those are the people that I see that don't really take themselves seriously as filmmakers or cinematographers. Saying that your phone cameras are good enough is just a bullshit excuse that you're giving yourself to keep you from pulling the trigger on your first camera. And listen, you know yourself that you can actually scrape together the money to get your first camera. You cannot expect yourself to get better unless you invest in yourself. And with that, everybody, I think I'm gonna clock out for the night. If you made it to the end of this video, dude, you know I appreciate you. go ahead and check out this video right here next. It's an absolutely awesome one. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and all that jazz, and I will see you in the next video.